Hello and welcome to the High Altitude Investing live stream. Everybody, today is the 3rd of November, 23rd of November, my bad. And we are going to be talking about what we always talk about, crypto. So it should be a good live stream today. Super excited to be taking a little bit of time out of my day to do a live stream for y'all. Let's get this shared everywhere. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Happy crypto is the coolest thing that ever happened to us day. That's basically every day because crypto is changing our lives. And how cool is that? What's up, Iron Mike? Good to see you. Marky Mark, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, look at XLM. Like, holy cow. You know? Wow, that's so crazy to see this reversal here on XLM. This is just a full-blown, just total breakout here where price went from being worth, let's see here at the bottom. Price went from being worth 311 cents up to, my bad, 54 cents, which is 396%. So we saw a 396% increase just over the past week on Stellar Lumens on XLM. So this is an early sign of the kind of stuff that's coming for crypto. We've already started to see it a little bit with Bitcoin. Stuff is double bottoming on the bigger picture for a lot of different coins. So we are starting to see the craziness that comes in a real crypto bull market, like a little bit early signs of what's going to happen when we really take off in these markets. Jason, what's up, my friend? Good to see you too. Joe, thank you for tuning in. Pilmy? Don't know exactly how to pronounce your name there, so sorry about that, but welcome to the live stream. Okay, so yeah, enough about XLM. Let's talk a little bit about the total crypto market cap and what we're seeing here for crypto as a whole. So let's see here. So on the total crypto market cap, we can see a big, huge uptrend. We've been doing these higher highs and higher lows for quite some time. This is a very nice looking uptrend, as you can see. Just these big, huge higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You know, now we're at a higher high right now, which could last for quite some time. It doesn't have to just pull back right now. You know, this could go higher before it pulls back with the total crypto market cap. But either way, I think even when it does pull back, I don't think we're going to see a pullback like this for quite some time, or a pullback like this for quite some time. Because we're breaking out into new all-time highs for the total crypto market cap, I'm not expecting a big bear market until this stuff gets overvalued. I mean, we're going to have corrections like 30, 40%. I mean, you saw this correction right here in the total crypto market cap. You saw Bitcoin go from 73K back down to 50K, right? So we're going to have corrections like that, of course. Inside of a bull market, of course, you're going to get corrections like that. But that doesn't mean that we're going to have a big bear market. I don't think we're going to have a big bear market in crypto until we really get overvalued. Because when you break the old all-time high, historically prices go very high after that breaking point. In fact, here in 2021, where they went above the old all-time high right here in 2017, the old all-time high, 2018, 2017, you can see that price went pretty far out up above the old all-time high before it topped out. And in fact, 2021 is kind of a weak example of this. You know, like if you go to BLX, Brave Liquid Index, and you go back to some of the earlier cycles on Bitcoin, you'll see a lot better examples of the type of price action that can happen when you break above an old all-time high level. So here is Bitcoin back in 2011. Here's the old all-time high. And look, when you break above that level, look how overvalued the market gets before a big correction. That doesn't mean there isn't 30% corrections along the way up. There is, absolutely. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you guys. Julio, Bernie, Harl, DWM27. What's up, Dave? Good to see you. Greetings from Holland. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I will absolutely cover XRP today, Marky. I've been wanting to do some analysis on that again, so I will cover that. I want to see a mega green theta candle. Yeah, me too, Randall. We're starting to see a little bit of one, right? So I'm excited for when we get a bigger kind of green candle coming on theta. Brad from Discord. What's up, Brad? Thanks for tuning in, man. So yeah, here's the old all-time high on Bitcoin. This is what usually happens in crypto. 2021 was weak. 2021 was so weak compared to what normally happens in crypto. So this is what normally happens. Here is 2011. Here's the old all-time high on Bitcoin. Here's what happens when you break that old all-time high level. When you break that old all-time high level, you can see price just completely takes off. We went all the way up to $266 here. So this is a huge increase out beyond the old all-time high before we see a big bear market. Again, I'm not saying we're not going to have 30% corrections along the way up, but as far as a big bear market like 2021 or 2018, I think we've got a lot more upside before that happens, before we get a correction like that. Really, the name of the game, we're early enough in the cycle since a lot of stuff hasn't even broken the old all-time high. We're early enough in the cycle that it's still undervalued. Like a lot of stuff is still undervalued in comparison to the overvalued phase it's going to reach when everything goes crazy. Okay, so that's what it normally looks like when you break above an old all-time high. Look right here. Look at this break above the old all-time high. Here's the old all-time high. Look how high prices went before a bear market came. Now, when you're zoomed into the chart, it looks like you're already so high, like things have gone so crazy. But when the market grows and goes way higher than people expect, that place that you're zoomed in on shrinks, and it looks like this. It looks like this little blip in the chart. So as the market expands, the scale and your perspective of the market will change. And that's really important to understand, because otherwise you see something that's up and you just think, oh, you know, this thing is up, it's going to have a bear market. Like, yeah, it will have a bear market, but don't sell too soon, right? Like, don't sell right here, right as prices are breaking the old all-time high. Wait until prices are significantly above the old all-time high. You know, wait for it to actually get overvalued. And you don't have to sell all at once either. When you're taking profits on your crypto, you can sell at multiple different places and keep some money in the market, so you don't have to be so worried about nailing the exact high, the exact peak. So you can actually compensate for that natural feeling of wanting to get the exact top by scaling out of the market. And it will help you be a better investor. It'll help you take profits in times like this a lot better. Right back here in 2013. Now let's look at Bitcoin today and talk a little bit about what taking profits could look like. Oh, and here's another example of what it looks like when you break the old all-time high. Here's the old all-time high in 2013 right here. And this is when you break above that old all-time high level for Bitcoin. 2021 was nothing compared to what a normal cycle looks like. The entire economy, everything was set up in such a way like your purchasing power was lower. Yeah, Bitcoin had a bull market in 2021, but the rate of inflation, like it wasn't really a true crypto bull market. 2017, 2013, and 2014, those were real, not 2014, 2013, it started to top out in 2014. 2013, that's like a real crypto bull market. 2017, that's like a real one. 2021, you guys got scammed. We all did. That was not like what's coming for crypto. Like, look what happens when we broke above the old all-time high in 2017. Here's the old all-time high of 2013. Here's when we break above that level in 2017. Look how parabolic the market went before it had a bear market. I really want to bring this point home in today's live stream because a lot of people are going to sell way too early. Way too early. There's people taking profits right now. And it's one thing if you're taking like a little bit of swing trading profits to try to catch the next dip that's 20 or 30%. But it's another thing if you're selling all of your crypto right now because you're just scared that you're going to miss, that you're going to miss the top and lose all your money again. You're still thinking in terms of when is the next bear market. And that's okay to be planning ahead, but don't sell too soon. Don't sell. You have no idea how many times, you guys, I rode this entire 2017 bull market for crypto. It was my first crypto bull market I ever really rode. I was in crypto back in 2015, but 2017 was the first big bull market I've ever ridden in my life. And it was super profitable. It was so much fun. My community and we all had a really, really good time here. But I'm going to tell you right now, people tried to call the top at 3K right here. They tried to call the top at 5K right here. They tried to call the top at 7K right here. They tried to call the top at 13K. The only place that people didn't try to call the top was 20K at the actual top. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 times that every professional, like every trader, everybody on crypto Twitter, like everybody that was investing in crypto, a whole bunch of people were trying to call the top the entire way up until the actual real top, and then only like 3 or 4 people called the actual top in the market, right? So don't make that mistake this bull market as we start to break out. Don't sell at the first sign of profit. Wait a little while. And once you really start to see people get really excited, then you can start scaling out. Don't try to pretend that you're going to know exactly the price it's going to top out at. Just start scaling out into all this mania where the green candles are just ridiculous, like that. Scale out into that stuff and take some profits, and you can even keep a little bit in the market in case it goes higher than you expect. And you have 10% in the market, it's all in the house anyways, and it goes higher than you expect, and you can take a little more profit. You can scale out. You don't have to try to sell all your crypto in a single sell order. You can think about it. I just closed out of my YouTube live stream on accident. Hopefully you guys can still see. I have the stream button going, so I'm pretty sure it should be going still. Hope it is. Yeah, it's still going. Cool. AJ, what's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. Remember our popular show, Dallin's Guitar Mania must go on. Thank you in advance. All right, cool. I can probably do that later. Is XRP good? Yes, XRP is good. We are just starting, And I absolutely agree with you 100% on that. We are just starting for crypto. And a lot of people, again, are going to sell early. This is not a popular doctrine that I'm explaining right now of everybody is dumb and they're all going to sell too early, but it is true. And a lot of people will sell too late. That's the thing, is people justify selling too early because of their fear of selling too late. That's why you got to scale out. That's why you got to understand Fibonacci extensions. So when you break an old all-time high like that, you can measure your Fibonacci extensions. What levels does crypto generally top out at? And crypto generally tops out, if you look at this last cycle here, if you measure from the swing low of the cycle to the top down to this next swing low, so you're measuring the complete previous market cycle, you can get extensions for where the next one might top out, right? So you can set multiple sell orders. You can set one right here that's early on, that's really small, and as price gets higher and higher, you can set bigger and bigger orders. Or you can just do the 25% method, where you sell 25, sell 25%, sell 25% of your position, and then keep 25% in. Because by that time, you have so much profit on the house that if that last 25% went to zero, you'd still be in profit from taking profits on these three sell orders right here. 25%, 25%, 25%. You can measure your Fibonacci extensions and get an idea of where the bear market's going to come, or at least where it's overextended and where it needs to pull back. But what you can't do, or what's really hard to do, is if you sell all of your position early, you're probably you're not going to want to buy back because you'll be too scared that you'll be buying the top. Like, if you don't scale out, you get yourself in a tricky position where, oh, you sold all your position right here way too early. Now you don't know when to buy in. You might buy in at the next top because you just get so excited and feel like you're going to miss out, right? So you just need to scale out of your position. But selling too early is going to be one of the biggest mistakes people make in the near future. So that's why I'm warning against it, because in the near future, like, they're going to be doing that. I already see some people trying to call tops on the market when we just barely broke the old all-time high. Just barely, right? So use those Fibonacci extensions. Understand the price is going to go higher than what you expect before it tops out. But when it really does get really overvalued, it's going to look like it will go up forever. That's the thing about when market cycles go parabolic like this, and they go really, 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 really parabolic, it looks like it could just go forever. That's why you scale out of your position and keep a little bit in the market, because to be 100% honest with you, nobody on planet Earth knows exactly what price Bitcoin is going to top out at. That's just the truth, or when it will. They don't know whether it's going to be next week. Everybody has ideas. Everybody has strategies that can help make estimations based on probabilities, but nobody on planet Earth knows exactly what price Bitcoin is going to top out at or when it will. Whether it's 2025, 2030, 2029, whether it's at 250K or $1 million per coin, nobody knows. You can get estimations that can be fairly accurate based on what you've seen the market do before and make a lot of money on those estimations, but you cannot play God and know the exact price it's going to top out at, right? You can't do that. So that's why you take profits along the way up and keep a little in the market in case it does go higher than you expect, because you've seen crypto. You know, when this stuff goes parabolic, it can just completely go vertical and go way higher than everybody's expecting because people get excited, right? And so for me personally, I think Bitcoin is going to go up pretty dang high. And it's going to break out up above this old all-time high that's down here and extend out beyond it. Now, how high it goes, I don't know if it's going to go up this high, right? 380K. That might be a little crazy, but I could definitely see it going to 250 up here. That's with everything, all the factors in the world and all the excitement in crypto, all of the money coming into this, the mass adoption, people taking it seriously, governments, all the stuff that's happening for crypto, I think it's pretty reasonable to call for 200K to 250K. And to be honest with you, I think 250K is a pretty fair, like a pretty accurate, fair, reasonable, not too high, not too low target for Bitcoin. It could go higher than that, nobody knows, but for me that's a pretty reasonable to me that we get to 250K per Bitcoin. Okay, what's up everybody? Julio, correct. CCT, hi Dallin, hey, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Polkadot had a run. Yeah, a lot of coins are starting to take off that have been in big bear markets, that we've seen some of these bigger corrections in the market. So let's stop talking about Bitcoin. I just wanted to drill that into you guys' head, that you guys don't sell too early. This thing is just getting started. It's really hard to try to show anybody this before it happens, because it's natural for the human mind to be very skeptical, to want to, take it low risk, try to avoid risk, right? A lot of people have the mentality of trying to avoid risk, so they sell too early. The idea of Bitcoin going up to 200K seems like, I don't know, that's a little sketchy. They're like, I don't know if it's going to get that high, right? Most people have a natural tendency to think like that. So when I show these charts, I don't expect everybody to just agree with me and say, you know what, Dallin, that makes perfect sense. Bitcoin is going to go to 250K. You've got me sold on it. I'm going to go all in on crypto right now. I don't expect everybody to do that, but I do believe that it will go to those levels. I have a lot of reasons for it. There's the Fibonacci extensions. There's all of the different things that we use to determine how high the market can go, to where it's going to be overvalued in relation to its previous cycles. And those Fibonacci extensions are going to give you pretty accurate zones where the market could get to before it's going to top out. It's not a thing of just saying Bitcoin is going to top out at 250K in 2025. That's exactly what's going to happen. And anybody that says otherwise is ridiculous, right? It's not like that. Trading is about, investing in these cycles is about understanding areas where the market is overvalued and understanding areas where the market is undervalued, so you can accumulate in those dips, not trying to call the exact bottom, and you can take profit in those overvalued phases, not trying to call the exact top. That's what makes a good investor. Because if you can buy something when people are fearful and when they're scared, and then you can put those Fibonacci extensions on your chart and start looking at the areas where it's going to be overvalued and overextended, then you can be successful in these markets in a very simple, straightforward, profitable way, right? And I do believe we will reach some of these higher extensions on Bitcoin before we top out. So in relation to those extensions, we're still undervalued. But to be honest with you, I did make a video about Bitcoin down here at 16K, telling people Bitcoin was super undervalued, that it was going to break out and start to head toward 100K. And I tried to tell people how undervalued Bitcoin was down at that level at 16K, right? So even though you're not trying to call exact bottoms, there are times in the market where it becomes so evidently clear that you're super undervalued that you can say, you know what, this is probably the bottom. This is probably where the market's going to bottom out. Or in vice versa, when the market's overvalued and you're reaching these higher extensions of the 11,618, the 13,618, or the 17,618, which you have to add onto your chart to get those, you can say, you know what, it's pretty likely that we're going to see some type of a correction. The market could go higher, but I'm definitely not going to keep all of my money in, right? You want to start taking profits when you get to those extensions. That's a real viable way for anybody to learn how to trade and invest in crypto without having to know a bunch of crazy math, a bunch of geometry, it is all geometry. The whole market is geometry, but you don't have to know anything crazy to do this. All you have to do is find those cycles, learn how to use the Fibonacci extension tool, buy these big corrections, and scale out into those extensions. It couldn't get any simpler than that to be successful in these markets, to be honest with you. And that's exactly what we do. Like, let's go over to XRP. If you watch my XRP video, I talk about some of the extensions for XRP. The minimum target for wave 3 is the 1618 Fibonacci extension. That's why you always see, when you break out into a bull market with crypto, you always see us go up to at least the 1618 Fibonacci extension. And in fact, I don't think there's even a single cycle where it didn't go to the 2618. So the 1618 is conservative because even 2021 went up to the 2618. If you go look at Bitcoin and you measure the 2017 cycle, and then when it breaks out in 2021, Bitcoin goes all the way up to the 2618. So there isn't a single cycle where we don't go up to these higher levels when we break out above the old all-time high. So you just use those extension tools to figure out where the market's overvalued, and you start taking profits into that area. And you buy now while stuff is really cheap, you know? Especially if we saw like a 20% pullback on crypto over the next week or two. Man, it would be the perfect time to buy before this stuff takes off, before it goes vertical, you know? So just be thinking of buying early on and taking profits into those extensions, because that's what's going to help you play this market better than anything else. It doesn't matter like what other strategy you're using. If you can buy the dip on coins that have demand and volume, like XRP, like if you've been buying the dip over the past few years on XRP or XLM or, Ethereum or Solana, if you can buy the dip, those big bear markets, if you can buy down there and then just take profits into the times like these, where the market's starting to get crazy, where people are starting to get excited, then you're going to see a lot of your coins start to break out and head up towards these extensions. And as that happens, you can take profits and you can make money, right? But you got to be able to buy early on, like now. I've been preaching the same thing over and over in all of these live streams all year long. Keep buying the dip, buy early on while crypto is undervalued so that when it goes crazy, you can take profits. That's been my message the entire time, especially when Bitcoin came down to 50K. When Bitcoin fell from 73K down to 50K, and everybody was trying to panic sell, and there was fear about World War III and all this FUD and crazy stuff coming out. The entire time I said, hey, you guys, buy crypto, accumulate early on while the cycle is early, because when we go parabolic and when we start to take off like we're just barely starting to now, it's going to get crazy and you're going to want to be positioned early on. It's still time to position yourself. It's still time to get into the market. We still have not reached a lot of these extensions for a lot of coins. So yeah, I do think XRP will start to break out. The first area to look for is at 1618. Every crypto cycle ever where we break out into a new bull market, we've at least reached the 2618. But watch that 1618 just because that's the first extension for XRP, right? So, I don't try to play these charts in a way that is, let's see, how do I want to word this? You want to maximize your profits in these markets, right? You don't want to be playing this in a bad way. You want to be playing this market as accurately as you possibly can and buying when it's undervalued and selling when it's overvalued. Because if you're just trying to just kind of play the market and you're not really looking for good entries and trying to get good exits on the market, then you're probably going to buy it all the wrong times. You got to try to have some method to this. You can't just be shooting in the dark. You have to know how to play these markets, you know. You can't just walk in the park and just hope you're doing it right. It does take some time to learn this stuff, but it's not that hard. It's not that hard to learn it. It looks crazy. A lot of people see this and they go, "Oh, it looks like an airplane cockpit." You know, they get on Binance and they see all the open order books and they see TradingView and all this tools and stuff and they think it's an airplane cockpit. But I don't fly airplanes, but I have friends and family that do. And they always tell you that an airplane cockpit looks overwhelming at the start, but then once you figure out how to use it all, there's only like 5 or 6 things that you really have to know how to use on that entire board. And that's kind of like crypto. Like if you want to be a successful investor, you just have to learn the basics about Fibonacci and some things that take a little bit of work and time to learn, but it's not that hard. It's not that crazy. It blows your mind how many people just kind of treat this as just something they're not really that serious about. And if they just got just a little bit serious about it, they could grow so quickly in their investing and trading knowledge in such a short period of time that they would be able to be very successful in these markets without having to learn that much. And just like this Fibonacci extension tool, like I was talking about XRP, how every crypto cycle at least reaches the 2618, look at this. Here's the 2017 cycle. And look at this simple tool, the Fibonacci extension tool. Super easy to learn how to use. All I did was click right here at the top of the cycle, and click on the bottom of the cycle. So I just clicked on the whole market cycle from the peak low at the start, the peak high at the top, and the next higher low. And with that Fibonacci extension tool, by clicking on those 3 points, it brought these extensions up. See these 3 levels right here? And XRP, the chart I was just showing you, XRP, remember that 1618 level of $6 for XRP? You can see how even our weakest crypto bull market in human history, which was 2021, in terms of extensions and all of the factors that we use to look at these different cycles, even in 2021, we reached the 2618 and almost the 3618 before we had a bear market. So you can see how far the market went up, and that was the weakest bull market in crypto history. If you look at every other bull market with the Fibonacci extension tool, it reaches way higher extensions before it tops out and does bigger percentage gains. This was just a little scam pump in comparison to a normal crypto cycle in terms of Fibonacci extensions. So if you want to even play XRP just super conservative and safe, then you'd take profit of the 1618, the 2618, and the 3618, right? So you'd be taking profit of like $6 up to like $11 or $12 or something like that whole way up, if you want to play it safe. But it's possible that it could go higher. It's normal for crypto to reach these higher extensions in their bull markets. So don't be shocked if crypto goes higher than you expect it will. So I do want to talk about XLM just a little bit more today too. So we're going to hop over here to XLM. Trying to get your mindsets kind of oriented correctly for this bull market so you guys can make the most money. So you can come back to me and give me testimonials and be like, "Hey, Dallin, thank you so much for that simple knowledge about the extension tool," or whatever. And, we're all going to make a bunch of money and learn a lot and have a lot of fun this cycle. So I'm trying to orient you guys' minds to be the most lucrative and the most profitable without being too greedy or too fearful. That middle perfect path where you're still buying early on like now, but when things start to get overvalued, as we go into mass adoption and this stuff really goes parabolic and vertical, I want you guys to have the right mindset so that when the market's going up, you're taking profits, but you're not selling too soon and you're scaling out. So you keep a little bit in the market just in case it goes even higher than your wildest dreams, but you're scaling out not too soon, but right at the perfect time. So you're taking a lot of profits when stuff is overvalued so you guys can really play this market perfectly. That's my goal for this cycle, is to help you guys play this cycle perfectly. The way we're going to do that is with the Fibonacci extension tool and studying these cycles and scaling out. So we're not trying to nail the exact top, but keeping a little bit in the market. So if it goes higher than planned, we can have money that's on the house. Doesn't matter if it goes to zero because you'll still be in profit. You just keep a little moon bag in the market for if it goes higher than you suspect. So there's that perfect point, that way the way that you can play this market in a perfect way to really maximize your profit. That's what I want you guys to do. That's my goal for you guys this cycle. So you can see we have XLM up here on the top, and we have NVIDIA down here on the bottom. You guys all following me here, by the way. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see here. The reality is the top shows itself anyways. We always have a massive volume climax and a big candle with a lower high. Yeah, usually it is pretty clear. 2021 was a little bit different because a lot of coins like Bitcoin did more of an expanded flat, so it didn't make that same lower high pattern as clearly. It did have an ABC correction, but that lower high was lower than it normally is. So it's just a little bit different, but there is definitely strong sell signals for every single top in crypto to help you play that better. But you don't want to try to nail the top. If you read any good book about technical analysis and you apply what you've learned, a lot of times people try to call exact bottoms or exact tops. You can have areas and signals and signs that could show you those places. And I absolutely have called those types of reversals before. But the best thing to do is to dollar cost average in into the dip using Fibonacci to find that 786 and then finding those lows, scaling into the market, then scaling out so you don't try to sell all your position at one exact point, because it's a little bit, if you go study like the DEX screener wallets of all the top meme coins, you'll see the big whales that play those meme coins correctly. They have a few buys early on, and then they scale out. They use like 100 different sell orders, and they just scale out the whole way up. That's really the best way to play it, because it can be kind of like calling tops can be a little bit tricky, but there is a lot of strong signs to show them, Justin. So I absolutely agree with you that there is a lot of strong signals there for the tops. If Gary was slick AF, he would have bought a ton of XRP before announcing his resignation. Maybe he has an open long position. You guys don't know. He could have some crazy ID from another country, and he could be, leverage trading XRP with a VPN or something with money that's been laundered. Who knows? Gary Gensler could be doing some crazy stuff. You never know, okay? Let's see. What's up? Can Velo get above 2 cents? Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. I think Velo could go above 2 cents. Look at that cup and handle that was created. So, okay, yeah, there's a big cup and handle on Bitcoin. But what I want to show you guys is XLM here and NVIDIA. So when I say people are going to sell too early, this is kind of what I mean. Okay, NVIDIA here, this is what an accumulation cycle looks like. So if you don't know what accumulation looks like, there's a lot of different kind of patterns that it makes. But overall, accumulation is when the market's moving within kind of a big range for a long time. And that's basically showing that the market's being accumulated. It's being bought continuously within a given range in preparation for a big breakout or big bull market. So that's generally what an accumulation pattern looks like. There's all different types and shapes that it takes, but that's kind of a general, simple explanation of an accumulation pattern. So here on XLM, up here on the top, and with NVIDIA down here on the bottom, you can see the exact same type of accumulation that happened. Now, this is super important because NVIDIA is a GPU or a GPU computing based company. So this company deals with, this stock is kind of in the minds of people. It's viewed as an internet stock, a computing company stock, like all of that computing revolution that we've had, including the internet. NVIDIA is a stock that's going to behave a lot like a traditional internet stock company, right? Like Amazon.com, because it's associated with computing and the internet and GPUs and all of the gaming industry. So it's going to be heavily connected to the technology of computing. Why is that important? Well, crypto moves a lot like internet stocks. Crypto moves a lot like computing companies, like computer companies, if you look at the fractals of the way the market moves. So when you're studying these patterns, it's really useful to study NVIDIA or Apple.com or Microsoft or any of these companies. It's super powerful and super useful to study these companies because of the very fact that these companies are going to show the same general patterns, the same type of fractals, the same type of accumulation patterns, breakouts, and bull markets as what we traditionally see in crypto. So you can measure these, or you can compare these two charts together and get a really good idea of what's coming for crypto. Now, this is NVIDIA. You're talking early on, before NVIDIA was mass adopted. This is what NVIDIA did since 2000 over to 2016, when NVIDIA really started to get mass adopted by the general public, as gaming and all of that stuff really started to explode a lot in that area in 2015 and 2016. You can see this technology, before it was mass adopted, it's getting thrown around, right? You're having bull market, bear market, bull market, bear market, sideways accumulation. This painful, feels like it's taking forever. Like, look at all that, right? This market's just getting thrown around early on before mass adoption. Painful accumulation, bull markets that just turn into massive crashes. Think about crypto since 2017. How many coins look like this, like NVIDIA? Even if it's not exactly the same, this peak right here might be a higher high, where this one might be a higher low, or a lower high, my bad. There's a little bit of a difference there, but think of how many coins are doing this exact same accumulation. And just like what Mark Twain said, history often doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. So if you're thinking about the way history repeats, it's going to rhyme. It's going to have the same kind of attitude over and over again. And you can see that here with stellar lumens and with NVIDIA. So I think that bull market's going to be really big. We're going to go out to really high extensions like 2017 for crypto, like we did in 2017. It's going to be different than 2021. We're going to really go parabolic. A lot of people are going to sell too early because they're not expecting mass adoption. They're just expecting crypto to keep doing the same thing that it's been doing for the past 10 years, where it's just been thrown around in this big accumulation pattern. And a lot of people just think it's just going to keep doing that, just get thrown around, instead of anticipating that mass adoption. But because of all the factors going on in the world right now, everything that we're seeing in the world, I believe crypto is headed into that mass adoption phase as we speak. That's why we're seeing this big, huge green candle right here. We have basically like green light go for the crypto industry. And I think it's going to get mass adopted, and this bull market could break out and not just go like that, right? It could break out into a mass adoption growth curve where it goes to extensions a lot of people are not expecting. Goes to levels a lot of people are not expecting before it has a big bear market again, right? So just understand what's coming for crypto and understand the opportunity is very, very high, but also understand you want to play it right. Don't sell too early and don't sell all at once trying to call the top, because you'll probably accidentally sell too early or too late, right? So yeah, cool. I know that's kind of a lot to take in, you guys. I hope everybody is following me and getting value out of this and learning and growing. Megamind, thank you. Good to see you tuning in. I appreciate that. Can you do fib extension for XLM? Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that for XLM here. So if we measure from the bottom here to the top of right here, down to the bottom right here. So again, I just clicked on right here. It's a 3-click. The fib extension tool, you click 3 times. So you go from the peak low of the cycle to the peak high of the cycle and back down to the next higher low of the cycle. So that's a full market cycle here on XLM. So I'm measuring from down here up to here and down to here. It's a 3-click tool. And what you can see here is the price of XLM, the extensions for XLM, if it does what a traditional crypto cycle has done, you're talking about it going up to these higher extensions, not only the 3618 like we saw in 2021, but a real mass adoption phase could take us even up to the 6618 or the 7618, right? We can go to those higher extensions, and that's really what crypto looks like when it pumps. It breaks out, it goes crazy, it blows people away, it goes to levels they were not ever dreaming it would go, right? That's what a real crypto bull market looks like. So those extensions are like $7, $6. If you want to play it super conservative, which I don't recommend, but you can definitely have a sell order down here, the 2618 or the 3618. But you don't want to take all your profit down early on like this. But yeah, even the 3618, if you wanted to play it really conservative, again, which I don't recommend, it would be $3.48, right? So those are pretty high extensions from current price. You're talking about, even from current price, the potential for 15x or 24x. It could go up to the 11618. I wouldn't have all of my crypto at a sell order at that level. I'd scale out and maybe keep a little bit in case it does go up that high. But I definitely expect these extensions, a lot of these higher extensions, to be reached before this is over. So you're talking about opportunities everywhere in crypto, even buying now, which is not late, but it's definitely not like the exact bottom. You still have a lot of opportunity for 15x, 25x. There's a lot of coins out there. And if you're playing meme coins, like we bought Peanut at 50 million market cap in the VIP area, right? We bought Peanut before it went into billions in market cap, when it was only at like 50 million in market cap. So some of those altcoins are Frog coin. We're up like 5,000% on Frog or something, 40x or something from the VIP entry on FWOG, FWOG. So you're talking about opportunities to make 50x, 100x on some of these meme coins too, So there's a lot of opportunity in crypto to make big gains. Now, if it goes up 25x from the bottom, you're not going to make 25x because you're scaling out. So you won't get the exact top, and you're not going to make exactly 25x because you don't want to sell all at once. But the coin could do up to 25x from current price, 15x, 20x from current price. You won't get exactly that much because you don't want to try to sell all of it at the exact top. You'll be scaling out. But yeah, a lot of these coins have opportunities for huge potential profits in the crypto market. So definitely, be looking at different coins. And even if it's a meme coin, don't be afraid to buy meme coins. I've been telling you guys that all year long in a lot of different live streams. Okay, let's see. What do you think about XRPT? What's up, BitSource AML Solutions? Thank you for tuning in. I actually, let's see, XRP. What do you think about XRPT? I don't know a lot about this. All I see is XRP versus different currencies, like XRP versus Tron. I don't see a ticker for XRPT. Yeah. Oh, XPRT. XPRT. Let's see here. Persistence. So that's a pretty big crash here on persistence. A lot of times it can be hard when you see these types of charts because you don't want to try to catch a falling knife, but you also, it's really good to try to catch stuff early on, right? In the dip. That's why I tell people to accumulate, because odds are when something like this starts happening, you're not going to probably predict the exact bottom. It's better just to keep buying over time. So if price goes lower, you get a really good average entry when it's down low like this before a big reversal. Now, as far as persistence goes, you can see a lot of volume here on persistence. You can see that volume is continuous, so probably bigger whales are doing exactly what I'm talking about, where they are also continuously buying this as price is going down and sideways. So what I'd say here with persistence is basically that this could easily turn around anytime now, especially with a lot of hype around crypto, Bitcoin dominance potentially topping out soon, as it happens every time crypto starts to really take off. Even though Bitcoin keeps going up, Bitcoin dominance always tops out because altcoins start to shine as people think in terms of risk on, right? Just like if you're in a raging bull market for the S&P 500, people start thinking in terms of risk on, so they start buying like low caps, they start thinking in higher risk. And the same is true for crypto. Every time Bitcoin goes full blown into a bull market, Bitcoin dominance tops out because people start thinking risk on, so they start spending their Bitcoin on more risky investments because it's so clear that you're in a bull market that people want to get that higher percentage gain. So they start playing it risky. So as we kind of make that transition, a lot of these coins that look like this, that are just big, huge crashes, and I obviously don't know any of the news or fundamentals behind this coin to tell you if there's demand or anything like that for it, but I will tell you that a lot of these coins that look like this, that just look completely dead, as Bitcoin dominance starts to top out and we go into people thinking in terms of higher risk, you're going to see a lot of these coins start to turn around. And a lot of them start to see upside instead of just these big downtrends that some of them are in. You know, you've got early signs of that. A lot of altcoins are starting to take off, so you do have early signs of exactly what I'm talking about, like with Dogecoin, Stellar Lumens, and the list goes on. So you can see here that we do also have, do we have bullish divergence here? I don't know if we do. Let's look at the 3-day candles. This looks like a potential big double bottom, to be honest with you. This could be a big double bottom forming here for this coin. And we do have bullish divergence. So you can see here, the price made a lower low here. So we have a low right here in the chart. The price made a low and then a lower low. Or let's see here. Is that a lower low? Is that a higher low? It's hard to tell. Yeah, we do have a little bit of divergence. Not across here, but we have some right here. We have bullish divergence right here on the MACD. Excuse me. So you can see a little bit of bullish divergence here for the MACD, which is good. This could be a potential double bottom here. If we bottom out down here, this could be the beginning of a big double bottom. And also, if you look at this on the log chart, I bet you're going to see even a little bit more of a double bottom structure forming. So yeah, you can see here on the logarithmic chart, it looks even more like a double bottom. So if you have a coin that has a big downtrend like this, sometimes it's really helpful to throw it onto the logarithmic chart because then you're going to see really clearly when these big double bottom patterns start forming and they start to turn around. Because this looks a lot like Velo. If you grab Velo over here on the right, and we'll just compare these two charts together really quick. Look at Velo and go to KuCoin. If you look at Velo here and you throw this thing on the linear chart, it looks crazy, right? Just this huge crash. But if you throw it on the logarithmic scale, you start to see a really clear double bottom forming on Velo, where the market's bottoming out, it's starting to turn around. You can see a really clear double bottom here on the logarithmic chart that was hard to see on the linear chart. So you can also see the same thing over here, potentially with persistence. On the logarithmic chart, it's really easy to see the market is showing a lot of reaction off of these lower lows down here, and it's potentially forming a very similar double bottom pattern to what happened over here on Velo. And if it does have another strong reaction off that level, it'll become abundantly clear that it's forming a double bottom, just like what we see over here with Velo, right? So this is a very good looking double bottom pattern. When you have that logarithmic chart on, a lot of coins are going to bottom out of these big double bottoms on the logarithmic chart as we turn around for crypto. So hopefully that helps you. Bit source. Let's see here. Okay. Is it time to scale out? No, Arnold, if you missed part of the rest of this live stream, earlier on in this live stream, I talk a lot about where to scale out, where to take profits, where to keep holding on, what that kind of looks like. So definitely rewatch this if you came in late. But for me, we're waiting for higher extensions to start scaling out. The first extension that we're going to be scaling out at is quite a ways away yet. So I'm still buying into the market and adding to my positions and building up my portfolio in preparation for us to start to head up to higher extensions. So no, I'm not selling now. I think we've still got a lot of bull market left and a lot of time before we really start to scale out of the market. Hi, Mr. What's up with Ethereum? Welcome to the live stream. I will happily do some Ethereum analysis for you today. Everybody in my group knows that I believe Solana will technically outperform Ethereum. It always does, at least in the past cycle, and it's continued to do so in this cycle so far. But that doesn't mean that I think Ethereum's a bad investment. I think Ethereum's a really good investment, and I really believe it will do good things and big things this cycle. I'm just talking in purely forms of percentage gain. Solana does have a tendency to outperform Ethereum. If you look at the Solana Ethereum chart where you're comparing the value of Solana to Ethereum, you see that Solana does outperform Ethereum. However, I believe in Ethereum. I think it's a good project, and I'm not here to try to tell you guys what has the greatest technology or what the greatest community or whatever. I'm just here to tell you what the charts say, and the charts show that Solana does have a tendency to outperform Ethereum in every cycle. But Ethereum's still a really, really good investment. So don't get me wrong, I do believe in Ethereum a lot. So you can see here that we have an ABC correction right here. We also have another ABC correction right here. So this market, whenever you get these big ABC corrections, it's a good time to buy. I made a video about Ethereum down here telling you guys both on my TikTok and on my YouTube channel and in my live streams I talked about it, how Ethereum was a really good buy down here on this major trend line right here, and that it was probably going to see a strong reversal and start to head up for a bull market. And one of the reasons that I knew this is just how similar, well, first of all, I've seen a lot of market structure before and corrections and what markets look like. But also, if you don't know, and this is kind of some hopium for the Ethereum people out there, but if you don't know, Ethereum, early day Ethereum and early day Amazon are shockingly similar. Like, look at this. Let me get this chart up here on the 3-week time frame. Okay, we have Amazon over here on the right, and we have Ethereum over here on the left. Now, if you look at these two charts, they are shockingly similar. I mean, look at this trend line right here, and look at this trend line right here. Like early day Amazon, this is what I'm talking about, how it's so powerful to compare internet companies or like Nvidia, which is a graphics card company, to crypto, because these charts trade so similar, just like how it's powerful to compare gold to crypto, because crypto is also viewed like a commodities market. It's also really powerful to compare Amazon to Ethereum, because the same patterns, the same psychology is appearing on both of these markets. And you can see that very evidently and very clearly here when you look at these two charts. So if you're talking about 2008, when Amazon had this financial crash, that financial housing market crisis caused the whole stock market to crash down here in 2008, look what happened right here to Ethereum. It's the same fractal of human emotion as Ethereum is building up its momentum, getting ready to break its old all-time high and head into a bull market. Look what happened to Amazon as it built its momentum up, getting ready to break its old all-time high and go into its bull market. It's the same thing. So I think we're going to have a big run on Ethereum that will take us not only to new all-time highs, but to those higher Fibonacci extensions that we talked about earlier on in this stream. And we didn't do those for Ethereum specifically, but we can do that right now. It'll be really easy. So you just measure from here down to here. And those higher extensions on Ethereum, you're talking about potentially a $20,000 Ethereum. It's not impossible for Ethereum to hit 20K in this bull run, you know? So that gives you an idea of what I see for Ethereum. Let's see here. We are 1 minute over on when we normally do, because we normally do about an hour. Well, actually, we normally do about an hour and 15 minutes, but when we'll be having a buy dip opportunity? Good question, Farmer Sam Forrest. When will we be having a buying the dip opportunity? That's probably going to happen fairly soon. Things could break out a little bit higher though. I mean, we could go all the way up to the old all-time high on Ethereum, 4,700 per coin, before we pull back a little bit. So really the name of the game right now is to be steadily buying, because if it does pull back a little on the short term, you can keep buying. If it keeps going up in the short term, you can keep buying. So just accumulation right now is really the name of the game, and what I believe is going to be the most lucrative, because if you're accumulating early on before these higher extensions are reached, you're going to make a lot of money. So just keep accumulating now, early on. Even if it's kind of high, keep buying. If it pulls back, keep buying. Just keep accumulating, because when it starts to get really overvalued, you're going to have a good average entry in preparation for taking profits when things really start to get overvalued and go crazy, like you can see, like what happened to Amazon, right? Things went crazy with Amazon. We started to go crazy. So just accumulation early on right now, understanding the bull market's probably going to be bigger than you expect, and being willing to scale out so that you get a good average exit as well as a good average entry. That's how you're going to make money in these markets. It's not that crazy or hard to do it. And by the way, I do have a one-on-one coaching call here in just a minute. If you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, apply. You can use the mastermind form, apply for the mastermind. It's very similar. The mastermind form, if you fill that out and you just put one-on-one in your name or something, I'll know that you're a one-on-one member and you're looking for one-on-one coaching. The mastermind program and the one-on-one is very similar. It's just whether it's group coaching or one-on-one. So if you want to apply for one-on-one coaching and learn some of this stuff, definitely apply. Link in the description below. It's just a Google form. Just fill that out. And if you want to do one-on-one coaching, you can just put a little note for that, or just we'll talk about it on the phone when you call me or when I call you. And we can talk a little bit about what that program is, what you can get, what you can learn, and why it's so powerful to understand this stuff. Because really, I want to help empower people right now early on to invest as much as they can in these markets early on and have good strategies for taking profits when the market takes off so that you guys can make the most money and you can learn how to do this as something that you know and understand for the rest of your life. So the reason why I made it is to help people really do investing on their own, to be able to learn this stuff and do it and make money in the markets and have fun while they're doing it and have all the tools that you need to be able to do that and all the knowledge you need. So it's to help you guys make money, but also, of course, the more money you guys make, the more money I make. So, everybody wins, right? So let's see here. All right, cool. I've been going an hour and 5 minutes. I've got a one-on-one coaching call in a few minutes. So we're going to just quickly play my guitar because I did get requested to play it. And then we're going to call it a day. And yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm super excited about crypto, super excited about the bull market. Everybody always, gets a little bit fearful early on. Don't be fearful, be greedy right now. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for requesting that I play my guitar. It's always quite flattering when you guys want me to play my guitar for you. I guess you guys like it, so yeah, we'll play guitar a little here. Let's see here. Let's do a different song. I've done like the same song almost every time. So we're gonna do, let's see here. It's called When You Say Nothing at All. So I got requested a song last week, and I totally should have learned how to play it because that would be perfect to play this week, but I didn't end up doing that, so maybe I can get around to it this week to learn how to play it. But yeah, this is a country song. I'll probably get banned from ad revenue for playing it because it's not a song that I own. But I really like this song, so I'm going to play it for you guys. And yeah. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I can never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. All day long I can hear people talking out loud. But when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. Try as I may, I could never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. There you go. There's some Keith Whitley for you. When You Say Nothing at All. It's a pretty good song. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for taking some time to tune into today's live stream. Again, apply for one-on-one coaching. I don't have a lot of slots because, it takes an hour of my time for every single person that I meet, because we meet once a week, so it takes an hour for every person that I spend each week with them. So that's a lot of time to do the one-on-one coaching. So there isn't a ton of slots because I just don't have infinite amount of time, but I'm more than happy to teach you guys what I know so you guys can be the most profitable in these markets. Apply below. You can just use the mastermind coaching form. It's a very similar program. I'll reach out to you guys over the phone and help you guys get started with coaching. But for now, I've got a one-on-one call to get to. So yeah, I'm going to head off. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you guys in future live streams. And as always, stay profitable out there.